Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened.
I have such a clear memory of Jesus saying this. Such a sudden change of subject. He'd been talking about evil people and said that, just like dogs and swine, they could turn on us and tear us in pieces.
But now he was clearly back on the subject of me and my brother.
Yeah, and what an immense comfort when he started to talk about receiving what we ask for. By the time he had reached this part of his message, I was on the verge of getting really discouraged and depressed.
Really? I hadn't thought of you as the kind that got down so easy. Jesus had said a lot of things that were hard to swallow, but discouraged?
It affected me so deeply that the way we measure out to others, the way we judge them, that determines how we will be measured and judged too. I've met a lot of people as a tax collector, and I have a lot of friends. When I started to think about how I have estimated and judged many of them and my thoughts, it was overwhelming to think that that is also the measure I will get, and that's how I will be judged.
I understand that. And you have the same problem as me with wanting to criticize the others.
It's no joke. You remember, Jesus didn't really offer much comfort. He just went on with his message. And I was left thinking, what now? I've tried to change in so many ways, but I can't do it. Will I always be measuring and judging others? Am I headed hopelessly to such a strict judgment myself?
But then the solution came.
Yeah. And it starts with my acknowledging that I have a problem, that I'm judging others instead of judging myself. Among my group of friends, there's always one that's really annoying. But if I had judged myself, I would have seen that it can be me as often as not.
Oh, if only you knew how annoying you can be. But yeah, somehow I'm always the one who sees things clearly. If only the others understood. And then I get deeper and deeper into darkness. I can't manage to work together. Irritation and sarcasm seem to just jump out at me. It damages our fellowship.
I'm a bit different. I have the tendency to get offended and just retreat without saying so much. It's like I don't need them. They can just be like that. But when I start looking inwards at myself, I start to see the log in my eye, and then I realize how incredibly stupid I am.
In other words, first we have to acknowledge our problem and overcome ourselves. Then we can help the others and be a part of growth and development for ourselves and the ones we want to help.
And it was exactly on this point that what Jesus said came as a huge relief, because it's not so easy to truly stop judging and being critical. When I acknowledge the problem, I come into need. I don't know what to do to be a help instead of making things worse. And what did Jesus say we should do then? He said to pray.
And remember, he didn't just say we should pray. He went a lot further. We are supposed to search and knock. From my understanding, his point was that we shouldn't give up so quickly. We are to search and knock to find openings and opportunities so that we can really understand the situation and not least understand our own problem.
Let's listen to that again. His point was that we shouldn't give up so quickly. We are to search and knock to find openings and opportunities.
Yes, that's it. Judging and criticizing others sits so deeply in our thoughts. So I totally agree that not giving up was the point Jesus wanted to make. It's not like I'm done with judging after saying my evening prayers.
But if we really persist and don't give up, then Jesus guarantees that it will succeed.
He spoke about this as laws, to which there are no exceptions. That made such an impression on me. Pray and receive. Nothing unsure about it. Search and you will find. No doubt about it.
Jesus spoke about this as laws. Pray and you will receive. Search and you will find. No doubt about it.
We just have to continue until we reach our goal. Get to the bottom of the matter and not give up until our prayers are answered and we have rest in our thoughts.
And then, when the log is gone, it becomes easy to talk together. There may be a reason why it was tempting to judge. Sometimes there may be things others do that damage fellowship and disrupt working together. And when I've judged myself and see clearly, then I can knock on the door to see if I can get a natural way into the hearts and be a help there.
When I have judged myself and see clearly, then I can knock on the door to see if I can get a natural way into the hearts and be a help.
Yeah, the way I heard Jesus when he talked about praying, searching, knocking, it was following up to what he had said about judging and being critical as we measured out to others, and getting rid of the log in our own eyes. He was speaking to those who wanted to do something about those things.
I think that's exactly right. I don't get what I pray for if my heart is in this world and I'm praying for selfish purposes. If I just want others to change so things get easier for me.
That was how I took it too. But if we've properly dealt with our own selfishness and cleaned up our own matters, then we have a guarantee that it will succeed for us.
Yes, and then we're really building fellowship.
Pray to your Savior, pray and believe. Pray and from Him you surely receive. All unbelief and doubts chase away. Give yourself wholly. Don't cease to pray. Break through to Jesus. Faith breaks the bands. Break through to Jesus. He understands. All those who pray in faith will receive. He answers all who pray and believe. When storms are raging, see God is near. Every true son He always will hear. Do not give up, He'll surely give aid. By Him and for Him all things are made. Break through to Jesus. Faith breaks the bands. Break through to Jesus. He understands. All those who pray in faith will receive. He answers all who pray and believe. great boldness, trust you'll receive. You need no more in emptiness grieve. Even God's Son, who came from on high, while in his flesh in prayer had to cry. Breakthrough to Jesus, faith breaks the bands. Breakthrough to Jesus, he understands. All those who pray in faith will receive. He answers all who pray and believe. When your heart weeps, remember that he bore grief and pain, was tempted as we. He'll surely help you that it succeeds. Ere you have asked him, he's seen your needs. Breakthrough to Jesus, faith breaks the path. Breakthrough to Jesus, he understands. All those who pray in faith will receive. He answers all